check it out. Let's see what this is all about.
I've been VTubing for about 9 months or half a year, and I'm quitting VTubing. I've grown tired and did not.
Okay. 9 months, half a year is a speck in, yeah, that's not enough time at all. I'm very curious to what he's gonna say though.
I do not like VTubing in itself, not
Thank
from
you,
the medium,
Apple.
but more of the community itself. And I want to talk about it. I just want to talk about the problems that VTubers and the VTubing community has as a whole. Now, just to be clear,
Okay.
I'm not saying specific VTubers. There are amazing creators out there that do wonderful things.
But yeah, I think that's one of the first problems is a lot of people kind of enter into the VTubing sphere thinking that it's like one big community, and that is a trap, right? There is no VTuber community. There is your community, someone else's community, and that's the only thing you need to worry about. The only thing you need to worry about is your own community. You don't need to worry about anything else.
But over-encompassing the whole community in itself has a lot of problems. The first point, just to get right into it, is that I want to talk about the whole anonymity layer. So if you don't know what a VTuber is, VTubers are people that represent themselves as digital avatars or some sort of characters that aren't themselves, right? They voice it, sometimes they play in character, but they don't...
Kayfabe, yeah. Not everybody adheres to kayfabe, though. I think that's way more prominent in the Japanese side of VTubing, but yeah.
Show, you know, this as me. You don't see their face, you see a dragon, an anime girl, so I don't know, right? The gigantic demon looking thing, who knows? It could be whatever they want it to be. And, you know, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But the problem is that it leads to a lot of things to kind of run away from, if that makes sense. A big thing is a lot of VTubers don't take care of their health at all. And the worst part is they also enable it with each other to continue doing that. It's kind of a perpetual cycle within each other where they just enable doing, you know, terrible things like not going outside, not taking care of yourself, not having any sun, not eating properly. There's a huge DoorDash.
I'm sorry. I feel so called out right now. Oh my god. This guy, I feel like he's talking directly about me. Oh no. I can't even argue with that, honestly. I can't argue with that point. Yeah, okay.
Culture where they constantly just order food. Some people eat McDonald's almost every day. It's not good. And unfortunately, they do that. And they say, yeah, I did this thing. It's great. No, it isn't great. It is not good. But they get together and they say that it's totally okay. And
I mean, no, I don't. I say all the time, like, and you have to also understand that a lot of these people, including myself, suffer with mental illness, like diagnosed clinical mental illnesses, and a lot of and sometimes that is the reason why they're like that. For me, that is a big reason why, and I don't think there's anything good about it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's some cute, quirky thing. I think it's terrible, and I wish I was not like that, but I just am, you know?
maybe they'll get better in the future, but they really don't. There's no pressure to do that. As a streamer, you don't get to worry about how you look physically. Now, to the next point of that, does your look really matter? Your look only matters to you, but your look also can signify some underlying issues that can be caused. A very big one, or two big ones, is anorexia and obesity. Now, I don't think anybody should be body shamed for how they look. Let me just be very clear. If you're obese, you're not a lesser person than anybody else. If you're anorexic, I used to be anorexic, actually. And I don't think there's anything, you shouldn't be judged for that, or because it's hard. It's hard to get out of that. It is very...
My doctor did tell me that I need to drink more water, and I need to take... I'm supposed to drink protein shakes every day and take daily vitamin, take iron supplements because of anemia issues and and yeah, it, you know, and he told me I have to drink more water, and I have been drinking a lot more water.
Difficult, but I think there is a problem when you say you should continue being obese, you should continue being anorexic. It's yes, it is totally fine. This isn't body shaming anymore. This is enabling bad behavior. Just like how nobody should be judged, they should also receive some positive, push to say, hey, it's okay if you look like this, but you can improve. You can get better.
I don't disagree. I think that normalizing obesity and stuff like that is bad because obviously people suffer from very serious health issues from stuff like that. Normalizing it is basically saying I'm okay with you dying from this, and I don't agree with that. I don't think it should be normalized. So,
I believe in you, right? It's okay to be
hot take,
obese
I
or
guess.
anorexic right now, but you can get there, right? That's kind of like the steps that I would like to see other people have with their peers. And in the VTubing community especially, they just don't do that. And I don't know why. Because maybe there's less of a need to show how you look physically, right? Especially how women need to have put on 50 millions of makeup because of societal standards or whatever it may be. But your physical aspect
You don't
is your
have
physical
to.
aspect. You should try to be healthy. That's the biggest thing. You should try to be healthy. But when everybody
You should try to be healthy. But for yourself, right? For yourself, I think. That's the most important thing.
saying, nah, don't fucking worry about it, it's okay, there will be
You get
less
the
of a push
knots
for
out of
you
your
to
hair.
change for
I
the
got
better.
some
I
out.
think that is genuinely a problem that I only see or mostly see in this community. Then kind of continues into the whole girl failure, boy failure thing.
Okay.
Which is something I've only learned.
So I actually had a conversation about this last night with my mods. And the girl failure thing, actually, okay, if you want to be, I'm not saying I have an issue with girl failure VTubers or whatever. I don't. My take on it is, as someone that actually does struggle with stuff like this every single day, with like even mundane things like going to the grocery store or whatever, or even getting out of bed when depression is really bad. I dislike how mental illness gets romanticized. That does bother me because there's nothing cute about it at all. In my opinion, it sucks. I hate dealing with it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I wish so much that I could just be like, quote unquote, normal, and not have like intense anxiety over everything. It is what it is.
Recently, it's like I think it's came from anime. It's some sort of cultural thing where, it's like a character that is just not good at anything and is always a shut-in and all that stuff. But then they meet a romantical character. I don't know how it works, but something like that. But the people take that fiction and then they kind of introduce it into their lives by being that quote unquote girl failure, boy failure. That's not a good thing. It's not okay to be purposefully not having a job, purposefully doing things that you shouldn't be doing.
Okay. I don't think it's purposely though. Like I said before, some people that actually legitimately struggle with this kind of stuff, it's not on purpose, okay? It's not on purpose.
Doing purposefully, but again, you not having a job versus not trying at all and being like, I'm just a girl failure. That's just who I am. Yeah. That's my personality. No, that's not a good thing, right? That is a bad thing. That is a bad mental kind of thing to have, which I find a lot.
Wait, but want to point out in the tweet, this is from this guy specifically says he doesn't watch anime and he hates idol culture, yet was a VTuber. Okay, let's get to that part.
A lot of people have. There's a lot of people that are trying, and when they see people behave this way, it sometimes undervalues the people that are trying hard to get away from that because they become associated with the people that don't try at all. It's not good. We should be trying to push ourselves to be more better. And this is the job thing is like an example, right? Another one is like being an.
This is another thing that bothers me. And I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, but I really fucking hate when people are like, oh, wow, you're mentally ill. You suffer from this. You have this issue. Well, just get over it. Just get over it. Just try harder. It just doesn't work like that. I wish it did. It just doesn't. Yep.
asshole towards each other. I've noticed VTubers are very mean towards each other. I don't know why. It always feels
That
like in the
can be
surface
true.
level, everybody's so welcoming and so nice and whatever. But then once you get into the deep of it and you get your your hands a little bit dirtier and see what's going on in this, like, behind the scenes, VTubers are actually very mean towards each other. Again, not all. There are plenty of amazing VTubers, but a lot of them are pretty freaking mean. Pretty mean. Very mean girls, I've noticed. Very.
I can't really disagree with that. But I do think that there are some really, really nice girls out there. And not all VTubers are like that. And it's unfortunate that the VTubers that are kind of overshadow the ones that actually are kind and want to legitimately be friends with each other.
Mean girls culture.
But it exists.
Sucks. Again,
it exists in content creation. Yeah, exactly, Red Moon. Yeah, it exists everywhere, right? Like, I dealt with this kind of stuff when I was in school. It's not anything new. It's not anything new at all.
I think that we should all follow, like, the golden rule of treat others like you treat yourself, or how others would treat you, stuff like that. You should try to be as nice as you can, right? You should also call people out for their bullshit and try to, uplift each other all together. That's like a big thing. And yeah, I think like the layer of anonymity is very enabling towards each other. Every VTuber seems to be enabled by more bad behaviors because instead of doing something about, like, some problems that they have, they can just hide it, sweep it under the rug. Now, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of VTubers that, again, use it as a medium, or sometimes they use of course, anonymity is important too. A lot of people, especially women, need that layer of anonymity because it is very valuable to them. We don't need to look too deep to see how many female streamers out there that have their face, they get harassed all the time. It happens all the time. It's horrible. Of course, you don't want to have to deal with that at all. So that's like a good alternative. Or of course, simply
which is another reason why VTubers should not show their face. That's my opinion. If you want to, that's on you. Do your thing. I stay in my lane. I'm not bothering anybody. But in my opinion, you should not show your face. Not even just for the simple fact that, you're a VTuber. You should want somebody to like you for, who you are as a VTuber. Doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter.
just representing yourself as something else. And I think that's pretty cool. In fact, I was initially enamored by the whole representing yourself in a different way, as a different, person or character or whatever it may be. I think that's really cool. I've noticed that when I initially entered VTubing, that's what I was expecting, and that's not what I got. A lot of VTubers are actually more artists first, or some.
Not everyone has hinge points where your mental disabilities go away and no longer have major depressive. I'm glad. I have a lesser form along with other minor things. It isn't common and shouldn't be expected to be a norm. I agree.
Something else first. That's why I was able to vibe with a lot of artists that are also
Thank you
VTubers,
so much for
but
the
they're artists
follow.
first, not VTubers first. The ones that are exclusively VTubers first are usually pretty degenerates. And when I say degenerates, I mean like not in a. It's gonna sound like I'm saying like a mean thing because I kind of am, but at the same time, they're kind of degenerating themselves. Like they're degenerating their body. They're doing things that ruin their body, their mental health, their physical health, everything. They just do things that is not great for you at all. And then I think if you continue doing those behaviors and other people enable you in, you then kind of become into the community. People will welcome you if you do more of those kind of things. If you be more of an asshole towards other people, if you do this towards other people, if you do that towards other people, it's not great. So the promoting of bad habits is not something, both physical, mental towards other people, not great.
I think that it's okay to defend yourself. I don't go around attacking people. I just don't. It's just not my thing, right? I have opinions. If people don't agree with me, that's okay. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not going to dislike you if you disagree with me. But if somebody is attacking you, I think you have the right to stand up for yourself.
And I will say this as well, as I've noticed there's a clique culture, which is something I've learned only as I entered this community. Is, if you guys don't know, clique culture is people that it's high school table behavior. Everybody has some sort of a table. They have their sort of friend groups, right? It's a clique, right? The mean girls, the jocks, the this, that, whatever, right? The nerds. It's kind of like, it's basically that. And you cannot usually get into those groups unless of different circumstances. Because of that, it becomes very isolating almost immediately when those, when new VTubers come in and they want to be a part of the community, they immediately just get shut out. And then sometimes
that is the number one thing that I think I give advice to for new VTubers that want to be part of the quote unquote community. Don't, because that community, it's not real. You need to work on and worry about building your own community and then focus on that. Everything else doesn't matter. Everything else just doesn't matter. Okay, bye, Vance.
Sometimes those cultures or those people, those groups make fun of others for no reason too. That's the worst part. A lot of the time, they just make fun of them for no reason. It's really mean. Everyone's just super mean towards each other. I don't know why. So now more towards me personally. I don't want to be a VTuber because of all of those points. I also don't want to be a VTuber because I want to do things more in real life. Sometimes I want to just do things in the house. Sometimes I want to do things outside the house. I want to do things that are more with my body. I don't need to worry about anonymity. And to be honest, VTubers...
He's kind of acting like you have to have these traits in order to be a VTuber, which isn't true at all. It's just not, it's not true. Not even remotely.
Do care about anonymity because if you show your face, you're kind of breaking an illusion. I've noticed
Gary,
that. In fact, there's drama right now happening with
example.
Bao, some sort of VTuber, I think it's a whale, where she's just getting shit because she showed her face. That's a little dumb. Everyone's saying, oh, my immersion is broken. Buddy, we are not fictional characters. I hate to break it to you. I understand the layer of immersion, but at the same time, if you really want people to create things in character, you go watch a YouTube video where they edit things, put things down, not stream. Streaming is very difficult to do on a constant basis where you're trying to not show yourself at all, right? People want to change. And unfortunately, because other streamers don't reveal themselves because they find it as a business suicide at times. A lot of you creators have...
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy surrounding Bao that apparently he doesn't really know about. But I do think that as a VTuber, you shouldn't show your face. Your personality should be your selling point, not what you look like. What you look like behind the model doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. If you can't... How do I word this? If you can't get people to like you for your personality, then... I don't know. That's what you should want people to like you for. You're a lot more than your appearance, right? You're a lot more than what you look like. Ads in 2 minutes if you want to run them and yap through it real quick. Yeah, we can do that. Let's get them out of the way. But, I don't know. I think that us as a society have really gotten to where we need, or certain people need that, like, reassurance, and we care too much about someone's outward appearance when at the end of the day it doesn't really matter, does it? Life is short. I personally would want someone to like me for my personality. That's what matters to me. I personally prefer watching VTubers solely for their personality. I don't give a crap what they look like. Yeah, exactly. It's me too, actually. And it might sound bad, but there's been a lot of VTubers that I stopped watching because they started doing face cam streams, and I just don't enjoy that. If other people enjoy it, that's fine.
I love you, bitch. I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch.
Thank you, Keck. But yeah, drive safe, Jarek. But that's just my personal preference. I like VTubing because I love anime, and those things kind of go hand in hand. It's a very shared community, right? And so when I tune in to watch a VTuber, I want to watch cute anime girl do cute thing, and that's what I enjoy. I don't care what you look like behind the model. Yep. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. So, show off your personality. I want to have a good time and laugh and be silly with you as a VTuber. Yep. Your personality is what got me to check you out in the first place, and I was not disappointed, and here I remain. Thanks, Captain. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. everybody's different, right? And everybody likes different things. But I think that protecting what makes VTubing special is important. Because if we don't have what separates us from every other streamer, then VTubing just doesn't exist. And so I think it's important to protect it as a medium. And, you know, that's my opinion on that. Her voice is still recovering after giving birth. Shut up. If VTubers as a whole want, then just maintain it yourself and the people that care will come. Yeah. Like for me, I have no intention or whatever ever of posting myself. When people think of me, I want them to think of silly cat, you know? When you think of me, I want you to picture me as I am right now. And I think that once you post your face, and I think Pippa made a post about this a while back when there was a lot of VTuber versus IRL discourse going on. One of the millionth times is once you cross that line and you post your face, you can never, ever, ever come back from that. You can't make people unsee what you look like. So you need to really, really, really give that some thought. And I suggest not doing it.
Amazing ideas that they want to do in real life, but they just can't because if they know that they might have to show their face or even a risk of showing their face or maybe a portion of their face. And if that happens, it's off the table. It sucks. There's plenty of amazing ideas we could have had. We just don't. There's also a negative connotation towards being a VTuber. I will say that. And
I think there's a lot of magic and a lot of fun in being a VTuber and watching VTubers and enjoying VTubers for exactly what they are. Yeah.
There's also a negative connotation towards being an 18. It's like always saying like you're an 18 plus streamer, which is something I technically was, but I didn't do anything inherently 18 plus. I made some pee pee poo poo jokes and that's it. Whatever, right? Get over it. But I didn't do that kind of stuff. You know, I didn't do 18 plus specifically things, but just even having the tag of 18 plus gives you a label that you are probably a person that will do those kind of things, right? Does that make sense? I hope like what I said makes sense. And then
all my stuff is labeled 18 plus. My Discord is 18 plus. My streams, the rules say it's 18 plus, and that's simply because I'm an adult and I don't think kids should be in adult spaces. It has nothing to do with, no one has ever come to me and assumed that I do any kind of lewd content. Ever.
If you have the label of being a VTuber, then all those points that I've just listed is also coming with you as you're being labeled to that. I do not want to be labeled as a person that doesn't want to go outside or eats like shit or does all these things. I don't. Because a lot of VTubers are associated with those kind of things. I don't think that's a good thing. Let's be honest. We're creators. They even call us influencers. As much as I don't like that word, we have influence. We influence people all the time.
Showing
which
your
means
balls
that
right now.
creators,
Shut up.
if you guys go and start influencing people to eat, I don't know, eat fucking fast food every day and do DoorDash every day, they might do it. They're going to do it.
What? I don't think anybody should live the same lifestyle that I do. I say all the time that my lifestyle is shit. I don't encourage that for anybody. Thanks so much, Arsenic. Thank you.
You guys got to be careful. And people don't understand that. You have influence with what you say and how you say it. And if you end up perpetuating all these bad behaviors like you do with your peers, then your viewers are going to do it the same. It sucks. We shouldn't be doing that. We have to be very careful with how we treat or tell things to other viewers, because we might be saying things to them that we wouldn't even do ourselves. That is genuinely like that I'm being genuine right now. We got to be careful. We have to do better. Or you guys have to do better. I'm not there anymore. I'm out. I will say, as a creator and as what I used to be a VTuber, I'm a very lucky person. I was friends, or am friends, with a lot of artists. 3D, 2D, whatever you name it. I'm a very lucky guy. Other VTubers did not have the same luxury as me, because I got my model for free by a friend of mine just because he felt like it. I got my model designed by another friend because she wanted to do something for fun. I had some stuff drawn. I had this drawn, that drawn. It was great. And then fans came in and drew stuff for me. It's awesome. I love it. Other people don't have that luxury. So a lot of VTubers have a huge financial entrance. They just have
That
to
is
spend
true.
like $5, $10, $15,000, whatever it may be, for a model. Now, of course, a lot of creators are going to say you don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that. You could use a pre-made model if you wanted to. There's a lot of options out there. It's all out, like, it's up to you how you enter into this the VTuber sphere or whatever you want to call it, right? But the main thing is, it's not even about the model. People, honestly, I think there's a big misconception about, like, you have to have a nice model to get attention and this and that. That's not true at all. You don't. Not even remotely true. Once again, it is your personality. Your personality is what draws people in. Your personality is what makes people stay. It is not the model. You can pay $15,000 for a fucking model, and if you still don't have a personality, you're still not going to be successful, and that's just how it is. My suggestion, honestly, is if you're getting into VTubing, test the waters first. Use a pre-made model. See if you even like it. Some people don't even like streaming. They think that they will, and they assume that it's easy, and it's not. It is not at all. But yeah, people, they're not going to care about that. They're just not.
Which I agree. But VTubers have this layer of almost it's like unwritten rules or things that you should be doing as a VTuber, and those are one of those things. You have to have a beautiful model, like an amazingly, wonderfully crafted model.
Not true at all.
I don't know why that exists. I think interacting with VTubers directly have been a very eye-opening and unfortunately negative experience for me. One of the feelings that I've felt personally was once I quit VTubing, I felt relief. Not something I expected.
Yeah, like, I love my mama and my papa, and I think they did an amazing job, and my mama is very talented. And I am so thankful for all she did and all my papa did to help me. But when I got this model, I got it for me. You know what I mean? I got it because it made me happy. And I had a very specific vision that I really wanted to make come to life. And so that's what I did it for. I was never under the assumption that if I get this model, people are automatically going to want to watch me and all that and this. It's not true. It's not even remotely true at all.
That was wrong. I think me feeling relief shows how much of a problem it is in that community itself. Also, another point, a lot of VTubers do not respect each other. I'm going to say this right now. A lot of VTubers do not fucking respect each other at all. A lot of VTubers don't respect each other's times. There's always this notorious thing that people say that VTubers are really bad at scheduling. Listen, you could be bad at scheduling, but that's not an excuse to continue doing that. And a lot of VTubers I met are really bad at scheduling and really bad at communicating. Now, maybe they were being malicious about it, but I'm going to take the benefit of the doubt and just say they're just really bad at scheduling, just like every other VTuber says. Okay, VTubers are shit at scheduling. Fix it. Do something about it. Because it's disrespectful towards your peers if you do something and then ghost them later. This is a very common thing. I had over 20 VTubers. Over 20 that did this to me. Both big and small. I don't know why. But
I think as long as you keep a consistent schedule, days that you stream a week, people know what days to expect you to go live. You don't necessarily have to make a schedule every single week saying, we're doing this on this day, this on this day, this on this day. As long as you keep a consistent days of the week, it's fine.
They just do not respect each other's time. They say this date, this time, I'm there, and then they just don't come in. I get it once, maybe even twice. Like, of course, but all the time? Come on, guys. What the fuck are we doing here? If that continues happening, nobody's gonna respect your time anymore, right? Nobody's gonna respect your word anymore. And but everybody keeps doing that. I don't know why. Like, I can already hear the comments saying, they're busy, we're busy. You don't understand how busy we are. I'm like, no.
And another thing is, and that's why I try to be very honest, and it is a very difficult topic for me to talk about like the mental health issues and stuff that I struggle with all the time, but I want to be transparent and honest and upfront about them, because if there is a time where I need a break, people are going to understand why I need that break. You know what I mean? But there have been times where I've not felt great, and I still push through and try to stream anyway, because Streaming is something that I genuinely enjoy. I like streaming. I love hanging out with you guys. It's my favorite thing. It's the highlight of my entire week. So if I don't get to stream, it actually makes me kind of sad. But at the same time, there are times where I need that mental reset.
Listen, this is your job. This is your work. I understand you're a creator, and I understand it's very difficult to be friends with creators at times, but you are a creator. You have to treat it a little bit seriously, because even business aside,
How do you know
personally,
they don't?
you are committing time for somebody so they don't waste theirs. And if you don't show up, they're going to look like a jackass because of you. You've wasted their time because you just didn't feel like it or you forgot. And I get forgetting sometimes, but bro, do some steps to fix it. I can forget sometimes too, but
Hey,
I've like
VHP.
tried my best. Like I talk about this thing all the time. I write all my calendars. I write all my stuff. Like I write everything out. I schedule everything out. I try to make sure that I keep up with everything. And I tell people, please bother me every single time in case I forget or even if the day is coming up. But if other people, creators get the same.
Yeah, I think it's very odd to pigeonhole every VTuber into all these categories. It's just not true. You start off the video by saying, yeah, everybody's human behind the model, which is true, but then you don't recognize the fact that everybody's different. Doesn't really add up, does it?
Thing, they just ghost them. I don't know why. It's okay to say no. If you cannot make to something, then there you go. And also, enough with the shit talking. Everybody loves to shit talk to each other on behind their backs. What the fuck is up with that? Again, back to the whole clique culture thing. Everyone loves to shit talk each other. I do not know why. It is nonsense. It is exhausting and it is ridiculous. Now, of course, if you are saying things that are just, very like legitimate, yeah, that's a different story. That's like more borderline venting. But if you're making fun of a person because he's annoying or he's
I think his points are valid, but aimed incorrectly. VTuber community isn't real. This should be aimed at all content creation as a whole. It's hard to pinpoint all this in a short statement. I could easily essay on why he's wrong. Yeah, he made some okay points in the beginning, but at this point, I think he's just objectively wrong about a lot. Like I was, agreeing for the first couple of minutes, but now we're a little off target, I think.
or he looks like shit. Oh, this guy's a fat ass. Oh, look at this fucking dumbass twink. Like I've heard everything. I've heard it all. I've heard it all being called towards each other. You guys gotta be more nice to each other. This is
Nani!
nonsense. So now this part of the video, I'm gonna talk more about my steps and what I'm gonna be doing. So if you guys don't care anymore about like me, whatever, go ahead and click off. Thank you for watching. But so what are the things that I'm gonna be doing in the future of my channel? Number one, I still like my robot. I'm still gonna incorporate him to everything, but I'm done VTubing. Expect me to show my face all the time. But I will have my robot, here and there, maybe like has an alert or something, like I'll figure out a way to incorporate him because I love him and I love the history that I had and I love the friends that I made. The friends that I made along the way. But I do also want to get into cosplaying more. I used to do like a tiny cosplay with the cow onesie and the ghost mask, and it was fun. But I also want to expand. I want to do other things. I want to try other things. And like everything, really. Now, the stream isn't going to be mainly cosplay focused, but it's something I'd like to do in the future, Like go to a convention in the cosplay or do something part of an event.
I don't know.
Who knows? And for my future streams and my future channels, my streams are going to be more geared towards events. So it means I want them to be like recordings. Like every single streamer talks about like how Ludwig constantly says that you need to record it and post it on YouTube. I should have been doing that. To be quite frank with you, for the last 9 months, I got depressed. Now, I don't want to blame the depression. Oh, woe is me. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. But I did get depressed. That is true. But now I got to do something about it. And I feel way better now because the financial burden that I had and my partner not having a job for a long time really did a number on me. Now I have the grace of actually still having a supportive community that it would help me financially. Thank you guys, by the way. But I want to take steps to also not be reliant on you guys alone, if that makes sense. I
think he's going to have a very rude awakening when he realizes that some of the points that he made are just content creation as a whole. And don't have anything to do specifically with VTubers at all.
I don't want to be there like, I gotta get some Twitch money so I can pay rent. And again, I genuinely appreciate all the support you guys gave me. But I need to start making money on YouTube. I need to start making money on other places. I don't make money on TikTok. Never did. Never on Instagram. Facebook only for 2 months. That's it. And I have no sponsors. Not a complaint, just pointing out the obvious. Which means I'm going to be streaming a little bit less until I get like proper, assistance, and I need the money for that to actually have people helping me. But I will be editing my videos and I will be streaming less just so I can get more stuff out of the way. Now, I'll still be streaming. I'm not quitting, and YouTube is going to still happening. This YouTube channel, as you see right now, is my second channel now. So instead of Circuit the Robot, it says Circuit the Robot Live. This is now my second channel. I will post everything that happens on live streams, or as much as I can if I find it entertaining. And then there's a new channel, which is just Circuit the Robot. There's nothing on it right now, but that one is going to have proper, edited stuff, of just stuff that I'm doing in streams. So recently, literally yesterday, I did a stream about going out cycling, and I raced my friends who are artists and to see if they can draw their stuff faster than I can cycle from point A to point B. That is something that we did yesterday. That's getting edited right now, and it's going to be posted on the main channel. And a lot of people missed it, right? I want everybody to see it. There's a lot of Australians that missed it. There's a lot of Europeans that missed it. A lot of people watch me from around the world. I'd like for them to see the stuff. And of course, they can't because live streams are, at a specific time. That's wrong, right? So there should be YouTube videos. So there will be.
Yeah, I do actually feel bad for anybody that has started watching him because of his. Like I said, I looked on his Twitch and I went back 3 months and I didn't see any like VTuber content. Doesn't mean he never dabbled. I have no idea. I don't know the guy. It is what it is. But if that were the case and he was involved in VTubing at some point, I feel bad for the people that watched him that, enjoyed his VTubing.
Focus on that. And I want to do more IRL streams. Now, again, not entirely IRL. There are going to be stuff about, games or whatever it may be, but there's going to be more of a mix. I want to be more of a traditional creator or just a creator in general than being put in a box as a VTuber where I can't do X, Y, Z, and ABC and all these unwritten rules. So there you go. That's all I wanted to say. If you guys do want to support me, I have a Patreon now. And truth be told, there's not much on it. The only thing we have is monthly drawings where you guys tell more than what to draw, and then my friend more than will just draw the thing that you guys tell him.
I think
that's all I have for now. But if you guys want to financially support me, the Patreon is there, which I do appreciate. No pressure, but genuinely thank you guys so much. And thank you for all the support you guys gave me. And I hope you understand. I hope the VTuber stuff didn't come out as harsh. I just feel like the VTubing community can be better. They can be better. And they will be, I think they will be better if they just put each other at a higher standard, just a little.
I think you should have prioritized your own community and not gave a shit about anything else that happened at all in the quote-unquote VTuber community, because your first mistake was thinking that it existed in the first place.
But the bar isn't just, I'm just asking right here.
Chadwick.
You don't need to go all the way up. Just a little bit. Just be more nice to each other. And that's it. And that's it. See ya. Take care.
I know he also said something in the post that I pulled the video up from about idol culture. I can't remember exactly what it said, what it was, but something about having an issue basically with idol culture. And yeah, so that's not going anywhere. That's not. It's literally the foundation of VTubing as a whole. And it shouldn't go anywhere. That's my opinion. It is, you know what I mean? If you enter into a space, right? Because people talk about tourism and tourists a lot. And I think there's a big difference between somebody that enters into a space and has legitimate want to be involved in that space and is interested in that space and wants to learn and adapt and respects what that space is. And the whole reason you should want to get into it in the first place is because you find it interesting exactly how it is, right? That is not a tourist. What a tourist is somebody that enters into a space and tries to change that space to fit what they think it should be. And unfortunately, the VTubing sphere has a lot of problems with stuff like that. Or like we've seen it lately with the hag thing, right? Like people being angry about the term hag being used when in actuality it's a term of endearment. And there's nothing wrong with calling somebody a hag. I get called a hag all the time. Doesn't bother me. But things like that, right? If you enter into a space, learn about the space, learn about the culture, respect what it is, and adapt, and then you can figure out if you like it or if you don't like it. And if you don't like it, then there's the door. No one's making you stay. You know, like, you don't have to stay. Go do something else. And that's what he's doing, and so congratulations. But I don't think, yeah, that video was an interesting watch. I don't think that he was really a VTuber. Using a model does not make a VTuber. That's just my opinion. If you don't like anime, maybe don't be an anime character. I fully agree. It's actually kind of crazy how many VTubers there are that hate anime. I remember discovering this a while back. I think it was a little bit before I had my debut, or maybe just a little bit after. And I was actually shocked. I thought that these things were just hand in hand. And apparently not. I don't know. So, you know, I didn't really use Twitter until I was working on becoming a VTuber myself. And so after I got Twitter and kind of entered into the Twitter space of the side of VTubing is when I learned all this stuff. And I learned a lot of things that I wish I hadn't learned. But, you know, here we are. Western VTubers spy anime and lolis. Oh, that's true. I've gotten a lot of not so nice comments and stuff because I am a loli, and it is what it is. You know, it's never gonna change my mind or make me regret being a loli. I love being a loli. I'm one because I like being one. So, you know, if people don't like that, that's okay. You don't have to. And I've said that a million times. It's okay to think that lolicon or lolis or whatever is weird. And that's fine. You don't have to like it. But there's certain lines that you shouldn't be crossing, and, you know, berating people online because of the model they choose to use or the fiction they choose to consume is very weird. It's very weird. And you want to say that this person is the weird one? You need to do a little self-reflection, I think. Yeah, all right. It's cop slap time. I wanted to check that video out. Very interesting. Interesting indeed. Yeah. Hello, cat. Hi. Hi. Yeah, I just don't think Big Booba model is for me. I like lolis. I think they're adorable. And I don't think I have the right voice for a Big Booba model unless I wanted to do like Gap Moe or something. And I have exactly what I want. And I portray myself exactly the way I want to be portrayed. And that makes me happy. So that makes me happy.